Namaskar. Hello, friends. We will look at how spiritual progression happens. What are the stages in spiritual evolution? First, we believe that the objects and events in the physical world are capable of giving us pleasures and pains. So we keep hankering after pleasures and avoiding pains. There is a basic duality between I and the rest of the physical world, which is the driving force for this game called life. We tend to weave a life story by imagining a cause effect relationship between the different pictures projected in our consciousness. Later, some of us become wary of the constant hankering after the physical world, the limitations of our effort, the uncertainty of the results of our actions, and the transient nature of the pains and pleasures. However, the interest in the physical world, with all the likes and dislikes, is still very much there. So they turn religious and start looking to God as someone who can give them what they want. Thus, while earlier they believed that physical world could give them something, now they believe God can give them something. The earlier duality of I versus the rest of the world is merely replaced by another duality, I, rest of the world, and God. One still believes that God is the one who will give him something, albeit via the physical world. Now one believes that the cause can only be God. However, there is still a certain preference or non-preference for a so-called effect. The story weaving still continues. I performed a certain puja and hence a particular desired event happened, or an undesired thing did not happen, or I must go on a certain pilgrimage so that a particular desired event will happen, or an undesired event will not happen. Finally, one realizes that all the duality itself was an illusion. There is no giver and receiver. It is all a play of consciousness that splits itself into many, setting up the Leela, that is the game of this creation, with the fantastic interactions across the myriad interfaces. Now, though one may still continue seeing the many, it is like seeing a random collage of pictures without weaving any story out of them. That is the true spiritual maturity, moksha or liberation from a perceived bondage to the physical creation. Spirituality, we will see how is the training, testing and trophy related to spirituality. An athlete wanting to participate in a marathon race trains for a long time, building stamina, technique and speed. However, the training itself does not get him anything concrete in the form of a trophy or a reward. For winning the marathon, he has to actually run the marathon, apply all the training, and reach the finish line first. Similarly, a student wanting to pass an examination has to study well for a long enough time and then actually write the examination paper correctly to pass. In spirituality too, a seeker must train his mind for a long time, which is basically through meditation and detachment. This training itself may not take him to his ultimate aim of self-realization. He can attain his ultimate aim only by appearing for and passing many tests, which the Sadguru under the divine plan will be administering to a seeker. What kind of tests does a seeker have to pass and when? When the Sadguru or divine assesses that the seeker has trained sufficiently well and that the seeker may be ready to take the tests, he will have the seeker face certain tough worldly situations. If the seeker can get through those without getting mentally disturbed in God consciousness, with a basic acceptance of whatever comes up, without letting his ego play up, without praying to God or Sadguru to bail him out, then the seeker will pass the test. Then, in accordance with the divine plan, the seeker will get his trophy in the form of enlightenment or self realization. Now, we will have a test of spiritual progress. Are you prepared to die this moment? I am not asking you to commit suicide, but I am asking, are you prepared to simply drop dead this moment? If your answer is no, it could be because of one or more of the following reasons. First, you feel there are still a lot of things in this world that you would like to experience and enjoy before you die. Second, you feel your family needs you for some more time. Maybe you believe that your children are still not independent enough or your spouse is dependent on you. Thirdly, you feel you haven't saved enough money or haven't got your own house to see you and your spouse comfortably through your post-retirement life. Fourthly, you feel you need to do something for the society in this life. You couldn't do anything in that regard thus far because you have been too preoccupied with your career or business and family. If the above holds true in your case, you are still not firmly established on the spiritual path. We need to understand that the background causes behind the above are as follows. 1. Our belief that we are indispensable as far as our family is concerned. 2. Our conditioned ideas about the goal of our life, that is desires, which tend to be largely materialistic rather than spiritual. Third, our concepts of what is noble. Fourth, ego and the consequent concepts of me and mine, including my family, with an unnecessary feeling of ownership towards spouse and children, etc. Fifthly, bloated concepts of duty that may not really be necessary. These may have their own relevance and space in one's life, but only up to a point, and not right until one's death. Wisdom lies in being conscious and realizing when that point is reached, rather than mechanically continuing in the same old mode. A truly spiritual attitude allows you to be completely open-minded towards life. It helps you accept things as they come without being judgmental and without harboring specific expectations. It also reduces ego so that you are able to leave your loved ones alone to go through their own lives in a way it happens, instead of imposing your own ideas of what is good or bad for them, especially after you have educated and enabled your children to stand on their own feet. The above does not mean a spiritually minded person will stop doing everything. It simply means he performs his karma in a detached manner, following the golden dictum in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. When you are able to truly leave behind the fears, concerns, and desires of the world and be focused on the goal of self-realization, then you can be considered to be firmly established on the spiritual path. Revered Sant Shri Jnaneshwar gives the metaphor of a snake that sheds its skin and moves on, completely forgetting all about its skin. We as spiritual seekers need to cast away our worldly skin and realize our true self. If you want to know where you are on the spiritual path, take the following test. Answer each question honestly, after careful thought if necessary, with an honest yes or no. Write down your response yes or no against each question. A key to working out a score and what it indicates will be given afterwards. Remember, this test is for your own sake, so no cheating. Just a caution before we proceed with the test. This is my personal view on spirituality, and I am aware that some or many people may not be in full or even partial agreement with it. So here is the test. First question. Do you believe that this world can give or take away something from you? Question number 2. Do you believe that you have to make the best of your remaining life and enjoy sense pleasures as much as possible? Question number 3. Do you feel a great concern for the welfare of your loved ones, community, country, humanity? Question number 4. Do you believe that you need to continue earning and accumulating more wealth? Question number 5. Do you believe you are indispensable for your spouse and children? Question number 6. Do you feel motivated to contemplate, meditate, so as to find out and experience what is before and after this perceptible world? Question number 7. Can you sit quietly for an hour without doing anything and yet not feel that you are wasting your time? Question number 8. Do you think your worldly achievements, non-achievements, are all in accordance with the plan of the Creator? Question number 9. Do you believe that whatever everyone, including yourself, is doing and not doing is in accordance with the Creator's big picture? Question number 10. Are you able to move on in life by forgiving and forgetting other people, irrespective of the loss or harm they might have caused you? So please give your answers either yes or no to all these 10 questions. I will give you the key to evaluate this test in my next video. So until then, bye, take care. Thank you.